What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're looking at low back or lumbar disc bulges and disc herniations. We're talking about whether or not you should have surgery for this issue, and then 3 physical therapy exercises that can help alleviate pain. So if you've had an MRI and found out you have a disc bulge or a disc herniation, or maybe you have pain in your back, nerve pain that travels down one leg, if any of that's going on, this will be the video for you. If you're new to my channel, my name is Dr. Tom Walters and I'm an orthopedic physical therapist. So again, we're talking about lumbar or low back disc bulges and disc herniations, whether or not you should have surgery for this issue or just go the rehab and physical therapy route. The first thing right off the bat to know is that most of these get better with time in physical therapy. We have lots of big systematic reviews, big research studies now showing that most disc bulges and herniations will heal if you give them time and go through rehab. So again, I'm going to show you some exercises here today that are some of the best for reducing symptoms. I'd really encourage you to start with physical therapy first. Now, when do we kind of say maybe surgery is a good option? This is usually in people that have had pain for a long time, so more than 3 months, more than 6 months, severe pain that's limiting their function. They're not getting better with physical therapy at all. Or if they start to show weakness in the muscles where the nerve goes. So if you think about a lumbar disc bulge, disc herniation, that's going to affect the nerves that go into one of your legs. So if you started to notice that you were having weakness, probably in the muscles below your knee, in your calf muscles, or your shin muscles that lift your foot up, if you started to have weakness in those muscles, then again, that's showing more compromise of the nerve, and that's where surgery may be appropriate. So we really try to get people to stick with physical therapy first. So many people get better with time and rehab. But if you're not getting better, you're showing no signs of improvement, you're doing physical therapy for 3 months or more and it's not improving, then that's when you may want to talk to a doctor in your area about having surgery. So let's go ahead and get into the first exercise. All right, so this first exercise is called a lateral pelvic glide. When people have a disc bulge or disc herniation, it will usually go backwards towards the back area of the spine and to one side. So they'll have symptoms down one leg. And sometimes when people are having severe pain, they'll kind of shift their body weight. So if I had pain down my right leg, I might kind of shift my trunk away to get away from that nerve, kind of give it some space, that nerve that's really irritated. So for this first exercise, we are going to work on restoring alignment in the spine and reducing pain. So what you're going to do is if you have pain, whatever leg you have pain on, so I'm going to pretend like my right leg, I'm going to put the opposite side of my body, the opposite shoulder against the wall. So you're going to go over to a wall, and again, the pain is in my right leg. So I'm going to put my shoulder against the wall. I'm going to kind of bring my arm forward so it's not in the way. It can kind of go across your chest, and my feet are going to be together and away from the wall. So I'm kind of leaning over into the wall. Now what I'm going to do here is gravity is going to want to kind of pull my pelvis down towards the wall. I'm going to use my hand over here to kind of help guide that. And I'm just going right to the point. If you hit a point of pain, just stop there. You're going to hold for a few seconds and then come back. And we're just going to do repeated pelvic glides like that. And this can be a helpful strategy, especially in the beginning when symptoms are really acute, for reducing pain. What you're looking for with all these exercises is a concept called centralization. So if you've got radiating nerve pain down one leg, you're looking to have that pain centralized, which means it goes up your leg back towards your spine. If that occurs, you know the nerve is getting better. If something causes the pain to go farther down your leg, that's called peripheralization, and that means that the nerve is getting more irritated. So you want to be careful of things in life, positions, activities that cause the pain to travel farther down the leg. So for this technique, this lateral pelvic glide, you're going to perform 5 to 10 reps of this, hold for a second. Again, don't push into pain, and you can do this several times throughout the day. As this gets better, you should be able to get greater range of motion, so my pelvis will go farther towards the wall and I'll have less discomfort. And then what that should translate into is that when I'm standing, I should be able to lean over the side that has the nerve pain. In the beginning, people won't be able to lean over that side. It'll really hurt and it'll cause the nerve pain to radiate. As you get better with that lateral pelvic glide exercise, you should be able to get back to leaning over the painful side and having more normal side bend range of motion. Okay, so that is our first exercise, the lateral pelvic glide. The next exercise is a spinal extension progression. Again, we're looking at reducing nerve pain, getting it to leave the leg and move towards the spine. For most people with disc bulges and disc herniations, spinal extension is quite helpful in this process. So what you're gonna do is lie down on your stomach. Now, in the beginning, you might get relief just lying on your stomach. When we lie on our stomach, our spine, our low back naturally goes into extension. So just lying here like this might be good enough for you in the beginning. So just test it out, lie down and look to see if your leg pain improves. If this is pretty easy for you, then the next level would be to go to your forearms. So you're just gonna go up like this, hold for a few seconds. Again, you have to kind of experiment and see what works best for you. You might just hold for a few seconds and then go back down. And usually we'll give people something called repeated extensions, where they go up, hold for a few seconds, and then they go back to a neutral position. And they would just do reps like that, maybe 10 reps, and maybe you do that a few times a day. Now, if you get to where forearms are pretty easy, then you can go to your hands and you're just gonna push up to the point where pain comes on if it does. So if you hit a point of pain, then you would stop and you just look to see over time, can your range of motion improve and how far can you go? Now, my low back is pretty flexible from years of gymnastics, so you probably won't go up quite this high, but just find the spot in the range of motion that you can get to comfortably where you feel that pain reducing in the leg, hold for a few seconds, and then go back down. This extension exercise can also be done in standing. So if you're in a place, maybe at work or someplace where you can't get on the ground, you can be in standing and put your hands on your pelvis and do extension movements like this as well to help reduce pain. Okay, so that is our second exercise. It is a spinal extension progression. All right, this is our last exercise. Now we're going to look at a nerve mobilization for the sciatic nerve. I like to use one of these tools. It's called a stretch strap. It's got little loops in it. You can do lots of different stretches with these. I'll put a link down in the description if you want to get one. So what you're going to do is put this around your foot and you're going to lie on your back. And then what you're going to do is use your arms to lift the leg that has the nerve pain. So the nice thing about the loops is you can kind of grab and you're only pulling your leg up to the point where nerve pain starts. So don't go way past it because the nerve can flare up. What you're gonna do is say you can only get your leg to there. Then what you're gonna do is your head will be down on the ground. You're holding all of your leg weight with your arms. Your legs should be relaxed. And then we're gonna do something called nerve flossing or a nerve glide mobilization. So when I pull with my arms, it pulls my ankle here in a dorsiflexion, which puts tension on my sciatic nerve and its branches. So when I do that, I'm gonna keep my head on the ground. And then I'm gonna alternate. When I point my foot, the nerves are relaxed down by my ankle. I'm gonna lift my head, which is gonna put tension on the upper part of my nervous system. So then I'm gonna go back and forth like that, just going back and forth with my ankle and my head. And I'm gonna shoot for 10 to 15 repetitions. Once I get through a set of repetitions, then I'm just gonna rest, kind of shake it out. And this is something you might do several times a day to help reduce nerve pain. You have to just, again, see what your nerve can tolerate. Some people can only do one set of this a day. If they do any more, their nerve flares up. Some people can do it multiple times a day and find it to be really helpful. So just figure out what works best for you. But the key is don't pull your leg up too high. If you pull that leg up too high and you put a lot of tension on the sciatic nerve, you'll just have more pain. So just respect your pain, figure out where that kind of barrier is at, where that threshold is at, and then mobilize from there. Okay, so that is our last exercise. Thanks for checking out today's video. I hope these exercises help you. If you need a more comprehensive program, I would encourage you to check out my book. It has chapters and programs for the entire body. In the low back chapter, you'll find this nerve pain program, which discusses sciatica. It talks about disc herniations, when you should have surgery. It goes into more depth on some of the topics I was covering today, as well as lumbar stenosis. And then all of the programs guide you through 3 phases and have pictures of me doing the exercises. Really, it's a more comprehensive program, like if you came to see me in the physical therapy clinic. So the book is sort of a DIY resource that lets you do your own rehab. And then I also have a membership and app. So the Rehab Science app, you can go into the app and it has programs for the entire body as well, broken down by body region. So if we scroll down here to the low back section, you'll see this nerve pain relief program. And it's going to also guide you through 3 phases, but you will find all the exercises in video form, so you can click in and watch me perform the exercise and explain how to perform it. The other really cool thing about the membership is that I host weekly office hours. So you can come into an office hours session on Zoom and ask me your own personal questions. So if you'd like to check out the book or the app, I will put links down in the description. Thanks again for watching today's video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.